Hello and welcome back to English Today, your live TV program where you can learn the English language. And in this lesson, we're going to look at the verb have. Now, the verb have, you think, well, that's easy. It's not true. It's actually quite complicated because there are two ways of using the verb have in English. I can say, I have a scooter, or I've got a scooter. Well, in this lesson, we'll look at the first way, I have a scooter. Now, in our last episode, do you remember that Alice said, I have my daily appointment with Ask the Stars. You know, she believes in the stars. I have my daily appointment. Just simply the verb have. Now, I want to give you a little test before we move on. If I say, I have a scooter, how would you ask me the question about that? A scooter? How would you do it? Have you a scooter? No, that's not possible. Something missing, like an auxiliary. That's it. Do you have a scooter? Now, this is a typical mistake. People often think that have you a scooter is a question, but the verb have needs an auxiliary. Do you have a scooter? Okay? Listen to this. He has a scooter. He has, Mr. Snake, a scooter. What's the question? Careful. What's the question? Has he, no. Does he have a scooter? Yes, that's it. So you need the auxiliary. Does he have a scooter? Fantastic. Let's look at the screen and check on that. So, the verb have. I have blue eyes. You have a new car. She has, third person, psst, Mr. Snake, S. Look at the spelling, H-A-S. She has a cat. He has a dog. It has 4 doors. We have a garden. You have a course, an English course. They have 3 children. Now the negative. I don't have blue eyes. You don't have a new car. She doesn't, look at the pronunciation, she doesn't have a cat. He doesn't have a dog. It doesn't have 4 doors. We don't have a garden. You don't have a course. They don't have 3 children. Okay? The question, do I have blue eyes? Do you have a new car? Does she have a cat? Does he have a dog? Does it have 4 doors? Do we have a garden? Do you have a course? And do they have 3 children? Okay, so that's the verb have. Don't forget the auxiliaries do and does. Now, another interesting thing about the verb have is that often we use it in special expressions which make up verbs with particular meanings. And in other languages, here in these situations, you hear make. Let me show you. We say to have breakfast, breakfast in the morning, to have lunch, 1 o'clock, and to have supper. So to have breakfast, to have lunch, to have dinner. Now dinner is what time? Dinner and supper, what's the difference? Dinner at 8 o'clock in the evening. Supper is something we have at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. All right? So we use the verb have for these. We don't say to have a breakfast, but to have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner, have supper. Other things, we say to have a cigarette. We say to have a cup of coffee, to have a drink of any sort. We also say to have a shower in the morning, you know, psst, to have a shower. In other languages, they use make a shower or make a bath, for example. But in English, we say to have a shower, to have a bath in the bathroom. We also say to have a rest. We say to have a party. Did you have a good party? We say to have fun, which means to have a good time, okay? So these are very common expressions which we always use with the verb have. Have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. Okay. Now, when we go back and listen to our friends, they will introduce the other form, have got, and then afterwards I'll tell you all about it. All right, so see you then. Bye.